I think I broke my balls. And she was like, please use the term testicles. I'm uncomfortable.
You're like, ow!
I was like, my balls.
You're like, my balls. You're listening to Too Damn Loud. I'm Jake. This is Danny. We're in the band Homestyle Dinner Rolls. Danny, do you think Michelle Obama is a man?
That's the most bullshit, stupid fucking conspiracy theory that anyone has ever heard of. Like, it's so dumb that that's an actual thing that people think, and that's an actual, like, point that people on the right use. It's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. And they sent around that fucking obviously photoshopped picture of Michelle
with the wiener?
Barack, and it's just so dumb, man. Like, it's just, it blows my mind how much people, like, I've heard people earnestly talking to me about that.
They're like, no, like, seriously, she's...
It's like, that's so stupid.
No, like, he called her...
That's so stupid.
He said Michael. Remember?
And even, why would you give a shit? Oh my God.
And if you think about it, if your wife was secretly a man and you didn't want people knowing, and his real name was Michael, why would you be like, Michelle is your name? It's like too close. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, I don't know, man. That's just, it dumbfounds me that people even use that as such a, like, hard sell. Like, oh, Barack Obama is married to a guy. It's like, first of all, who gives a shit?
Hey, good for him.
And second of all, that's the most stupid, crazy thing I've ever fucking heard in my life.
It's very random. I was going through X.
God damn.
Formerly Twitter.
Of course you found that on X.
Oh, yeah. Well, the reason I asked you is because I saw a comment and someone was like, well, I've never seen any pictures of her pregnant.
People are stupid, man.
And he's like, no, I dug, man.
It's the shit that makes me lose faith in humanity day by day.
You sat and you looked up Michelle Obama pregnant. And then you scrolled.
Or maybe they didn't even look it up. Maybe they're just saying, I've never seen her pregnant.
No, remember, like, she was never pregnant when Obama was president. So,
dude, one time I was at the grocery store. No, I was shopping at Ross Dress for Less. Mm-hmm. You know the hit
Ross
place.
Dress for Less.
Ross Dress for Less. Not to be confused with Ross, where you go to buy tools and shit.
Yeah, or TJ Maxx.
Or TJ Maxx. But I was just hanging out with my sibling, and we were just making jokes, and we were talking about, like, I think we were making, like, Bush did 9/11 jokes or something. And this guy from across the aisle just looked at us and goes, yeah, you know, Michelle Obama's a dude, too. And just, like, looked at us like we were going to laugh. And then we were just sitting there in silence. And then he repeated. He goes, yeah, you know Michelle Obama's a guy.
You're like, wow, man.
And I was like, I didn't know that, strange man.
Do you think he was saying it as a joke? Or, like, do you think he was
okay. I think he was saying it because we were making the Bush did 9/11 jokes like, ha, 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 but he did.
I see.
You know? And he was on the, and also.
I get it.
Being like, right, guys? And he was wearing like a Punisher shirt, too.
It dumbfounds me that George Bush, he declared a war on terrorism. And then he's just allowed to live. He's allowed to keep living his life. Like 1 million people died just because of his actions. And he's just allowed... They named a street after him in Texas. What an honor, right? And they...
In Texas, like there's not enough goddamn streets there already.
I know, but yeah, when I was in Texas, I was like, wait, because I was hanging out with my girlfriend, and she was like, no, like he lives that way, and I was like, let's go.
Your girlfriend Elizabeth Johnson, who lives at 1248 South Street, Texas.
Stop it. Hey, Elizabeth, if you're listening, I'm very sorry that Danny just doxed you.
How about we read a question? What do you say?
Let's do it. So
this is an ongoing segment on our show where people send in questions, and it's not that big of a deal. It's not like I went and talked about it. Like I did the whole voice like it was going to be an interesting segment. People send us questions, and
it's a Q&A.
Them. It's not
wow.
This is all just basically a Reddit Ask Me Anything.
Yeah, and we just do it every episode.
And we just do it every episode, and it's beautiful. Ethan Holden asks, "How was the ice cream at Joe Bandito's, and did your date go well?"
Dude. Why?
Did you go out on a date to Joe Bandito's?
I went on a date
restaurant
to Joe Bandito's, and I don't know if it was the waiter, like, or someone in the back, because I knew who the waiter was. It's like a local spot, so I'm tight with them. But yeah, I knew who the waiter was. it could be a person either in the back that said that like made the ice cream and stuff, because they just gave me free fried ice cream.
Seriously?
And it was delicious.
They give it to you for free?
Yes. It was very
man.
nice of them. I was
That's
like,
some celebrity-ass bullshit.
I know. I was like, guys, stop. Ice cream? Come on. But there was a couple that kept looking at me and laughing. And I was like, what did I do, man?
You're like, am I wearing something? Do I got ketchup on my shirt?
So it's either them or someone in the back. It's got to be the couple, right? The couple that was.
Well, if they gave you free ice cream, it's got to be one of the workers.
Well, the waiter, maybe it was his idea, because again, I know the waiter. But that was a crazy. And then what's your name? Ethan Holden. Ethan 1. That's a weird legal name to have. First of all, I wouldn't put numbers in my kid's
maybe
name.
Ethan Holden was taken.
Maybe. And so Ethan 1 Holden. And then there was Ethan 2 Holden. And then there was Eth 2N Holden.
His parents just got really lazy. They had their first kid and they were like, I don't know, man. You know, like when you copy a document and it's like
with the one next to it.
That's just their whole siblings.
Yeah, Ethan. You commented that on a post and I ignored you, and now you got into our podcast.
That's true. And we talked about that.
Yeah, and I was like, that's
ago
crazy.
When
that's
he commented
crazy.
that,
Yeah. Well, Ethan, I hope that answered your question. The next question is going to be
Go eat at Joe Bandito's in Springville, Utah, if you're around the area, because that place is delish.
It's delish.
Do you remember when we were at Joe Bandito's, and I'm lactose intolerant,
Yeah.
and we sat down to eat our meal, and I just forgot to say no cheese, and they brought me out this huge plate of like enchiladas and beans and rice, all just smothered in cheese. And I felt too awkward to say anything, so I just fucking picked myself up by the bootstraps and ate that entire thing. And oh my goodness!
I remember you gave me the weirdest look because they handed you the food, and you looked at me like, "Well," I was like, "What?"
Just a sense of doom
like,
over my eyes.
Just
like,
and I mean, you didn't. Did you have a problem with that? Danny's allergic.
Diarrhea is
and it's funny because it's
severe, intense.
It's not
diarrhea.
Lactose intolerance that you have.
It's like an allergic. I don't know.
He's allergic to whey, the whey in the milk.
Which it's like the protein in the milk,
which is very bizarre. It's not lactose. Also, remember when you were running?
Yes, I'm also allergic to running. I have a condition called exercise-induced anaphylaxia, and that means that if I eat, I'm like slightly allergic to a bunch of random bullshit, and if I eat any of that random bullshit like barley or chicken or I don't know, joy, then I exercise, it triggers anaphylactic shock. So one day Jake and I, we were in like 10th grade, 9th grade, and we were running the mile, and I was like, I kind of feel weird, and
I went into the locker room. I go into the locker room, and Danny takes his shirt off, and he's like, not facing me, and he has all these hives, like these big, all over his back, and I was like, dude, are you okay? I don't think I even said anything, and you're like, man, I feel so sick.
Just eating chicken nuggets and then running.
And then as I was walking down the stairs, I heard you just puking.
Yeah, then I went to the doctor that day because my face was the size of a fucking bowling ball. And he goes, yeah, you're allergic to running. And I was like, no
way. Come on. You're making
you're
shit.
You're fucking with me.
And I remember you kept asking me, you're like, do I look like a serial killer? Because your face was so puffy.
I don't know why a serial killer is
I don't know.
I don't know what serial killers famously have.
Puffy face,
anaphylactic shock all the time.
Puffy faces and small wieners, man.
Yeah, you don't know puffy
face,
the killer.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was a low blow.
Okay.
Jake.
Well, was it inaccurate? Oh, yeah, it was inaccurate. Guys, it was inaccurate.
All I'm saying is, if you got 4 inches of snow on your car, you'd say there's a lot of snow on my car.
you walk out and go.
You'd say, oh, there's so much snow. But I wish there was less snow on my car because that's too much snow on my car to deal with.
And I just want to put it on the record that if there were 2 inches, you'd be like, well, that's kind of annoying. It's there.
Hey, there's snow.
It's there, but there's snow.
I guess there's snow there. Yeah.
I guess the point I'm making is there's snow.
You're right. Thank you.
Yes. If there was 2 inches.
Basically, our point is,
if there were 2 inches.
If you have a small dick, fuck you.
Yeah,
and
fuck
you're worse than everybody else.
And you're going to die young. Anyway, this is from Celia. Said, sup dudes, spelled like dudes, like D-E-W-D.
Like D-E-W, yeah.
I wanted to know
DXD type
what
shit.
Danny what Danny asks for his haircut. It's very radical and all that. I have curly hair. I've been thinking about cutting it shorter, and I don't know what to get. And I know the answer to this question, so you better be honest.
Well, this specific haircut that I'm rocking right now, I went into there's an artist based in Salt Lake. Their name is Steve-O, and they have the best like alternative cuts. They're very cool. But I just asked for like a shag which is kind of like a mullet. But it's just very layered. So if you want hair kind of like mine, I got like bangs and a bunch of layers and a bit of a shag 80s mullet. If you look up curly Pinterest is the best place to look at for haircuts for really anything if you want to look at creative inspiration. But look up curly shag on Pinterest and you'll find what you're looking for.
I was thinking about your last haircut. Yes. Damn it. I thought I
No, you thought you had me.
I thought I caught
tricky.
you. Yeah.
But the haircut before this, because everyone on the social medias tell me that I look
like Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger. And so I pulled up a picture of Heath Ledger from 10 Things I Hate About You, and I showed it to Steve-O, and I said, do that. And they made me look like, and then all the comments were like, "Hey, you look like Heath Ledger." And I was like, "Really?"
You're like, "Oh,
that's crazy."
You're like, "That's
I never would have seen that coming.
Biggest coincidence."
Oh my goodness! Well, how did this happen?
You cook rice and then there's rice. What a coincidence!
I love it when that happens, man.
Oh, me too.
As opposed to cooking rice and like a hot pocket comes out of your rice.
One time I cooked rice and there was a snake that came out, and I was like, what am I going to do?
One time I was at the gym and you know this story, but the people at home don't. Mm-hmm. I asked my buddy Evan to put on some quinoa, and he said, I don't know how to make quinoa. So I sent him instructions, and then he gave me a call when I was driving home from the gym, and he goes, "Hey, your quinoa's done."
You're like, thank you,
and
man.
I was like, what, are you casting a spell? What is it?
Quinoa!
Quinoa! It sounds like an alien species, man.
Literally. Quinoa.
Quinoa, or like some kind of breed of hamster.
We all got that quinoa friend, you know.
Oh my goodness,
that's a paragraph and a half.
It's a paragraph and a half.
How are we supposed to read this?
Okay, you ready, guys? I'm gonna read this.
Wait, cozy in.
Here's what I'm
get
doing.
Your blankets.
I'm gonna go full auctioneer. I'm gonna rapid fire. We got a long ass paragraph, and I'm just gonna go nuts. And what's so funny about this question is the headliner or title or whatever the fuck is called Podcast. I don't believe
there's no. Hey, we don't know you.
Okay, and they are ZGVOLL08. Gmail asks. Hi guys, from one of the fuck.
Come on,
fucked up. Okay, I gotta set my.
Come on, you got
down. This is serious. Hi guys, from one curly-haired metalhead to another. Danny, did you know that you look exactly like Katie O'Brien in Love Lies Bleeding, except without the muscles? Wait, sorry, that sounded offensive. I meant it in a good way, like a comparison because you were cute. I was like, anyway, I love you both, especially Jake, and I have questions that you don't need to respond to if you don't want to. Have you guys ever seen that hilarious Russian seasonal metal family? Do you like the bands Bauhaus, Sisters of Mercy, and Ghost, or do you think they are a poser? I'm asking because I love those bands as well as metal, and Danny's girlfriend from that one video looks like she probably listened to that awesome goth-style darkwave music. I grew up in a Christian household, and my mom always thought that metalheads worship Satan. Do you think so? How old are you guys when you would do music with your passion? Would you ever buy the Megadeth headphones? Would you ever consider me following on Spotify, link any week. Are awesome, hilarious, relatable, and inspiring. And every time I check TikTok, Spotify, or Instagram, yes, I'm following on all three. You can check. The first thing I check for is to see if y'all have posted something new. Happy New Year, love Z.
Oh!
Anyway,
great job.
I love Katie O'Brien in Love Lives Bleeding. I've got that before. Great fucking movie. And that is the highest of compliments. And I forgot the other questions. Oh, I do like Bauhaus and Sisters of Mercy and Ghost. Those are all great bands.
I don't like any of those. Well, I mean, Ghost. Ghost is good.
Yeah.
I like.
You don't really like goth music.
Rats. That song is so good.
Copyright.
Oh yeah. We have this problem every time we record a podcast. Okay, if you notice,
we've only recorded 2 other episodes.
But every single time we think of a song, we just start singing.
We start singing because that's what we do.
But we looked it up. If you even sing a second,
so we're gonna have to cut that.
We're gonna cut that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make another
guys.
goddamn
We're sorry about
cut
that
in the podcast because we keep singing our fucking mouths off. But yeah, you don't really like goth music. It's just not your thing. I like goth music a lot. I feel like with goth music, you gotta get it. You gotta get it. You know what I mean? Because you're very like rock instrument driven. Goth music is very like atmospheric, and the drums aren't a big deal at all. It's like a good beat, and you just use like a drum machine most of the time. But the main thing with goth music is like the atmosphere, if that makes sense, and the synth waves and the melodies and the darkness and the romanticism of it. But Sisters of Mercy, I think that is probably like, that's one of my favorite goth bands. I would say if you want to get into goth music, somebody asked me the other day, Sisters of Mercy and Vision Video, I would say, are the best places to start. And once, because those are, I think, a little more digestible than like your Bauhaus and your Susie of the Banshees and all that stuff. But if you start with like Sisters of Mercy and Vision Video, that gets you a feel, then you'll understand it, and then you can branch out into the more obscure goth music, as it were.
Goth music is obscure in itself. I thought goth music meant like MCR, meant like, I thought really? Goth and emo was the same thing. And if you think about it, MCR, a lot of
people say MCR isn't even emo.
It's not.
And it's not.
they're just called emo.
Yeah.
You know? But it's not an emo sound
term. Like nothing is fucking emo.
If you realistically, if you look up emo music, it's going to be Midwest emo music.
No, not even that. That's Midwest emo. If you look up just emo music, it's going to be like Sunny Day Real Estate and these fucking like 90s and 2000s fucking, because emo, like the music genre, means emotional hardcore. So it's like hardcore music. It's like fucking, what's it called? From First to Last. That's a good like emo band. But now emo has become more of just like a broad cultural term.
Every genre.
That is everything from MCR to Taking Back Sunday.
If you think about it.
If you wear black and you wear eyeliner and straightened hair, I think it's stupid when people gatekeep emo. That's fucking lame. I thought you guys were outcasts and losers. You're gatekeeping?
I read a thing.
Ridiculous.
Someone said that genres are just basically used to sell the music to people. It's not necessarily accurate.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, did you tell me that? Who told me that?
That wasn't me, but I should have taken credit for that, just barely.
You should have been like, yeah.
Yeah, no, dude, I said that. Isn't that deep, that thing I told you?
But I was like, dude, that's true because, again, MCR is a great example. I'm like, that's not emo music.
Oh, no. It's like
but
rock
people
and roll.
Are like, oh, they're emo because they wear like the Black Parade stuff. Like, that's emo.
Yeah.
And so I didn't listen to them for the longest time because I was like, oh, I'm not into emo.
Well, I mean, you think like something comes to mind is like Leve is branded as pop, but a lot of her music is like jazz. You know what I mean? It's a lot like pop is another super wide umbrella of music.
You mean Lofi? Which is
you mean lofi?
Which is like how a normal person would pronounce it when they first see it, and no one would judge them for it. You know, like Lofi that pops up on my Spotify.
I thought it was Lofi for the longest time until one person said Leve, and I'm like, how is that Leve? That's not.
Is it really? Did you look it up?
Oh yeah. It's pronounced Leve.
Is
There's
it like
not
French?
A V in that? I have no idea.
Leve. There isn't a V. You can't just put an F and tell me it's a V. That doesn't make any sense.
That's like if you look at our band and you're like, that's called Home Blyle Blinnerblow. And they're like, what?
I'm like, no, it's not. That makes no sense.
But Leve's so good. Have you listened to that one song? I can't sing it.
Yeah.
Because we'll get struck. But do you know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Dude, right?
Dude, that's such a good song. Dude, have you heard the Valentine song? It's called Valentine. My Valentine?
No.
Oh.
My Valentine?
By Leve.
I
see, I'm growing, okay? I used to say Laffy. That's old Jake. Leve.
Laufey? I think it should be Laufey.
I think that makes...
Let's do another question.
Oh, by the way, this is just kind of random.
Yeah, hit me.
Laufey reminds me, Leve reminds me of, for some reason, Nep, just because Nep and Leve. Nep is so
Nep is
good.
Amazing.
No one talks about it enough, I don't think. Every time I listen to Nep, I go, oh my God.
Nep has got to be like one of the most underrated songwriters.
It's
just
the songwriting.
Songwriters in general.
The songwriting, and it's like the cutesy vibe and everything, but I'm like, this is great.
I knew that her music was going to be good because I saw one of the first videos I saw of Nep. I think she was playing Rocket Ship just on her guitar in a room, and there was a Black Parade vinyl on the wall, and I was like,
this is going to be good.
I was like, this is going to be awesome.
And Danny got me, what was it? The Nep Storybook. Nep Storybook vinyl. It's pink. Dude, thank you, Danny. Brother. It was for Christmas. It was gorgeous, and I haven't played it yet because I need the needle. Right? I need the needle. But this
what a strange, like, very specific thing to break. Like,
I know.
How do you buy a record player needle?
I don't know. I've been to Best Buy like 5 times. You think after the first try. You think after the second time I'd be like, I'll just get it on Amazon or
You'd
something?
be like, I don't think this is the best one.
Well, the thing is, yeah, it's not, but it's that it's not. Okay, I can't even defend my action.
You're like, all right, I know I've already got it. I was going to justify it,
but
maybe if I walk in today, maybe today they'll have it.
They say all gamblers quit right before they win $1 bajillion, and that's just me with Best Buy.
That's technically true. That's hypothetically true.
True, everything's 50-50.
Dude,
with gambling.
I've been thinking
I know
about my boss got into sports betting, and I've never watched sports. That's why I'm a bassist.
Yeah,
and I sing songs.
Yeah.
But I'm like, maybe
you got a softer side.
Maybe this is the way that I can get into watching sports ball.
Which one?
Is by putting money on.
Which one does he bet on?
He bets on, I don't even know, because it's not like you bet on teams or games. You bet on like players and stats, which I don't know shit about. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would just be pressing numbers.
I would just
be pressing the.
When you lose money, go
This team is green. I like green. I like this number. And then I lose money. I'm like, oh, I didn't like that. And then I win money, and I'm like, hey, I got.
You're like,
money.
I like that. I got $10 of the 20 I lost. So if I just do that a few more times, then I'll win.
But I'd love to be invested in like the Utah Jazz and Real Salt Lake. The local teams.
But
I love local community.
Don't you think gambling is a bad idea?
Oh yeah.
We just want to make it clear that we don't condone gambling, but Danny just really wants to do it really badly.
Yeah, I don't condone heroin. People say it's nice. They are addicted for a reason. I don't think they should.
That's true. People go, "Why do people do drugs?" And I'm like, "Are you serious?"
Because it makes you feel like God.
Have you
have you done drugs and so?
Have you done heroin?
No, it's not. Okay, Homestyle Dinner Rolls. The official stance is drugs are terrible.
Drugs are terrible. Gambling is terrible.
We're both completely sober all year. We had a whole podcast about it.
Exactly. Besides heroin, that was off the list, right? Sober 2025, but I'm keeping my heroin. You
have to rip it out of my cold, dead
arm.
You can take my beer, you can take my vape, but no one's touching.
I read a thing, and it was on Reddit. I read it on Reddit. It was this guy.
Is that what they call it? That?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it actually?
I think so.
That's crazy.
I'm making an assumption because I talked to my girlfriend and I was like, I read it on Reddit and I went, oh my God. I was like, those fucking bastards. And she was like, wait. And I was like, yeah. But
that's like how I felt when I realized Facebook is called Facebook, because when you think about it, it's like a book of faces because it's social media. It's all of
never thought about
your
that.
Friends and family in a book on your screen.
It is the biggest
like a phone book, but
waste of time ever. Dude,
yeah.
Facebook is like a shit hole. Have you been on Facebook lately? I haven't
been on Facebook since I was like 10.
I don't know what happens on Facebook.
Can we
with our
talk
social
about
media.
fucking Zuckerberg trying to pander to the like super alpha beast masculinity bros?
I'm like,
on Joe Rogan, he's got like a chain and like his little perm. It's like, dude,
I was listening to that
out,
episode.
Man, get out.
I know
what a
who he is.
Worm.
Like, if you look at pictures of him just a couple years ago when he looked all alien and
he's
dweebish.
He's a nerd, dude.
If you look at him now, you can see it still there. It's like, I know what you are.
Like, he's all like toxic masculinity. There's not enough masculinity.
There's not enough masculine energy in the workplace. It's like, dude, shut up. Whatever.
Oh my God. What were we talking about?
Oh yeah, Reddit. This guy, I don't know if he was directly posting. I think he was. If not, someone was talking about him. He did heroin just to try it. He was like, I'm going to do it. And
That's usually how it starts.
That is normally how someone gets into drugs. And because you don't really think about the consequences, because like everyone's like, drugs are bad. But to put it into perspective, this guy did it and he was like, it felt awesome, whatever. The next day, he was like, for the next like maybe a couple days or week, he was like horribly withdrawing, like sweating, like vomiting, like pooping, like losing a ton of weight, all off of one use of the drug. And so it's like, yeah, drugs are bad, but why? That's why, because they're terrible. That's how you see, there's people and they're skinny and it's a problem though. And
it's depressing.
It's very sad. And the government says fuck them. The
government does nothing to help the people, the veterans on the street who are addicted
who fought for their country
and are so PTSD ridden that they have to turn to heroin.
Exactly. And the thing is, they say you need to come be a hero and fight for our country. We need people like you. And then they go fight these wars that in reality aren't for anything they've said it's for.
Yeah.
There's no war on terror. There's let's go get more land. Let's go kill people.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, the war on terror is such an ingenious thing on their part, because terror isn't something that you can beat. Terror is an idea. So saying war on terror, you could justify that going on for 100 years. Because you can't beat terror. You can't kill terror. You can't win against terror. And so they can just use it as a broad spectrum to do whatever
to
they
keep
want.
sending children, literally, okay, not children,
18-year-olds,
young, who can't even vote yet. Send them out. Can't even drink yet.
You know how fucking stupid I was when I was 18?
Dude, yes. I do, man.
Yeah, you knew me.
We were dumb as shit.
Would you, like, trust me with a gun?
No. But they know you're easily manipulated. And you're like, I'm going to fight for my country.
I remember when I was in school and, like, the military comes and they have, like, the pull-up bar and they're like, come do pull-ups. They're like, be badass, do pull-ups. And I would do pull-ups and they'd be like, check out our cool uniforms. And I'd be like, those are cool.
I was convinced that I was like, dude, that actually doesn't sound as bad. Like, this guy, he's like, I've been deployed only like 4 times and it was very quick every time and I wasn't in harm's way.
Yeah.
And I make money. They pay for my housing. They paid for my school. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, dude, I was like, that doesn't sound like a bad deal.
Or they'll be like, yeah, you know, like, I'm just in the National Guard, so I just get to hang out at home most days unless I get called.
Yep. But then one day you
they
get called.
They make it sound so nice, but it's all just...
It's a farce. Is that the right word?
Oh, yeah.
It's fake. It's an illusion.
Oh, it's fake.
It's a facade.
It's horrible. And I mean, like, my dad is a colonel. He is, like, top of the ranks in the military. So the military... he was. I think he, like, just barely left.
Okay.
But he, like, without the military, I wouldn't have been able to go to school or, like, that paid for my entire childhood. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, because of the military, like, my dad wasn't around for a good amount of my childhood because he was at war.
And that
like,
hurts,
even
man.
a couple years ago, like, when we were sophomores in high school, he got called to Kosovo for, like, a year and a half.
Where is that?
And he was gone again.
Kosovo?
And it's like, it's so crazy how they say, like, the military will help you raise your families and then it takes you away from your family.
Does that make any sense?
It's insane.
Doesn't make any sense. But I guess my biggest problem is, like, they say we have these adversaries and they give uneducated people who it's their fault that they're uneducated, not the people, but the government's fault. They give these people to hate across the sea. So in their head, they're like, no, it's fine to kill these people because these people are bad and they worship things that I don't.
But why are we fighting the wars for the government? Why?
I don't know.
Why would I go and kill people for stuff that the people at the top and the billionaires and the corporations and the president are dealing with? It's not my problem.
If there was a genuine problem, like, because they give us a fake problem, right? They say, there's terror over here, we're going to go. If that's really what it is. They didn't give a good reason. They said, these guys hurt these guys, we're going over.
Yeah.
It's if they gave a genuine reason, it could all be talked about probably in a meeting with the presidents.
But they don't want to do that.
They don't.
They don't make money that way.
They make so much money. When you have a system, a military industrial complex that makes money off of war, and a healthcare system that makes money off of sick people, you're going to get sick people and war.
But it's also
and
like
having
people. Soldiers in general is so, like, I can't even imagine being a soldier in 2025 too, because, like, modern technology, like, there are swarms of AI drones that have face tracking software that can wipe out a squadron in a second.
Exactly.
And so it's like it's just throwing your life away.
Never, ever don't enlist ever. Okay, listen. This is actual advice. Normally we say take this with a grain of salt. No, do not give your life for people who don't give a shit about you at all.
Here's the thing: like, I respect veterans and I love veterans. I think you're doing what you think is right and you're doing a good thing. I don't respect the government. And I don't respect the military.
I hate the government. There is no problem with veterans, but it is the fact that they wind up homeless and that it's the fault of the government.
And it's like another sad thing too is for a lot of people, they see, like, this is how it was for my dad. He didn't have money, and he wanted to go to school. And it's like people, like, they find people. They're like, "Do you want to be set for the rest of your life?
Yep.
Do you want to be set? Do you want your family to be set?
Not only that,
all you have to do is enlist.
But they convince people that the school is necessary for them to make a good living.
Why is the world like that? The world should not be like that.
The reason I didn't go to college is because I realized, I thought, why would I go to more school and then work a job till I die to pay off me going to school?
Yeah.
And then just to live on $2,000 a month and barely make it by when I am old and can't work. Like that's not fair at all,
I mean, it's just,
I'm going to live my life how the fuck I want.
The system has screwed us. The system has screwed us left and right in every single way.
It's not fair.
It's not fair.
But
hey, at least, when it gets dour like this, what I always try to think about is like, life is beautiful. And even though the system hates you, even though you're growing up in a world that was meant to keep the middle class, and the lower class, the lower class, we have love, we have art, we have music, we have each other, and that's the most powerful thing we have. That's what's going to
keep us alive.
Each other.
That's what's going to keep us alive.
Is what's going to keep us afloat and alive, because God knows that the people at the top aren't going to do shit.
No. And do you know what will tear us down? Going to war for no reason. And I'm talking citizens going to war for no reason. It's horrible. And they think there's a reason. They think it's a good reason. But anyway, this is
a comedy podcast where we talk about music.
This is Cayenne Butler. Hello from Virginia. I have 2 questions for you. What is your favorite band that's had more than one singer, and in parentheses, one singer replacing another, not multiple members who sing? And what is the best kind of cheese? But first, I gotta say,
I have a few.
I don't like when bands change members. Like, I have a thing, but I get it. Like, some need to. My favorite one, but my favorite bands have never really changed, but I will say one of my new bands that I'm starting to like a lot is Linkin Park, because of the new singer.
Yeah.
Because of her, let me clarify, because of her voice.
You just love Scientology.
No.
And you think it's so good. Like, you also agreed that Danny Masterson's a great guy.
No.
That's why you like Emily Armstrong.
Dude, when I found out that she was a Scientologist, because I was like, dude, she sounds great.
I know.
And then you broke the news, and I was like,
You're like,
what?
God damn it.
What the fuck? It's
tough.
Money laundering. That's all it is. Genuinely.
Money laundering.
And morons. I mean, no offense.
I don't give a shit. If
There's
you're a Scientologist and you're watching this, you're stupid.
Fuck you.
You're dumb as rocks.
Go get fucked.
You are dumb as rocks.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
You know
offense.
that's not real. Come on.
Offense.
I mean, here's the thing. I will respect like any person of any religion unless it's
besides
Scientology.
Scientology.
And it's like I grew up in the Mormon church. I have a deep like resentment towards the people who run the Mormon church. But if you're LDS, I've got nothing against you. And some of my favorite people in the world are
LDS?
practicing
Same.
LDS members. But if you're a Scientologist,
Get fucked. Come on. In Germany, I think I read a thing. In Germany, the Church of Scientology isn't allowed.
Really? That
because
makes sense.
it's considered a cult there. Because it checks all the boxes of a cult in Germany, just not in America. I think the Germans would know what
to watch out for.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But I have an answer for that. Oh wait, let's talk Linkin Park for a second though, because I do agree that the Emily Armstrong, like that album, phenomenal.
She's
excellent.
great.
It's like Heavy as the
great.
Crown is such a good song.
And let me clarify as well. People hate on Emily Armstrong a lot, but I'm like, that album got me into listening to more Linkin Park, old Linkin Park with Chester, and it makes me realize like Chester was his own. He was a beast.
Oh my God, he is one of the greatest vocalists
ever
of our time.
He's not just a vocalist; like he just puts his whole soul.
You can feel it. It's because he was in pain. And he put that into the songs. And like listening to Given Up, it's like we were saying, Given Up is one of the most fun songs ever. But if you listen to what he's saying, put me out of my fucking misery.
Over and over. Put me out of my...
It's like
crazy.
Oh my God, like it makes me emotional because like that is pain. That is pain. Raw pain that he is expressing. But I like, people all the time when they're ragging on Emily Armstrong, they say, she'll never be Chester. And it's like, good. Would you want them to try to replace Chester? They could never replace Chester, so they have to do something new and something different. And I love that they went with Emily.
I will say, we were talking about Journey earlier with the new guy. I don't know. He's probably been there for 10 years now,
long
right?
time.
Like quite a while. He's a great singer. And from what I was told, they just found someone who sounds like the original guy. They didn't try to branch out, make a new thing. They said this guy isn't famous or anything. He just sounds great.
Yeah.
He sounds just like the guy. And they took him. And I think to their benefit, since they're such a long, a band that's been around for so long, I think that's to their benefit because people hear it and they go, yes, it's just like the old days. He's youthful.
Yeah.
You know? So
that guy's voice is amazing.
It's impeccable. But
Fun fact. Okay.
I think it works in that way, doesn't it?
But I don't know if this is a tall tale. I remember reading this or someone telling me this or something, but how they found that guy is they were on tour or something, and he was just a worker who was singing for soundcheck.
Whoa.
And they went, that guy's amazing.
Sounds, wow.
And they brought him on. I don't know if that's a tall tale.
It sounds kind of tall.
It sounds like it sounds like something you'd see in like a cheesy Disney Channel movie.
Yeah.
But if that's real, it's cool.
That's amazing.
I like to believe.
Yeah, let's believe
in
the
cool
tale.
tall tales.
I think that's cool.
But I would say my favorite band that's gone through different iterations of singers is a band that my partner showed me. They're a Japanese rock band from the 80s called Malice Miser. Malice Miser. They don't have any songs on Spotify.
What?
No songs on Spotify. Well, because they were huge in like Japan, but like not as much in the States. So
They have
all their
Spotify in
songs
Japan.
are on YouTube, but they're not released like through digital platforms because it was so long ago and it's before.
But are they
broke
still a
up long
band?
Before that. No,
Oh.
they broke up long before that. But it's like. The thing is, because most bands that go through different iterations of singers, like you think of Van Halen and AC/DC, they go for a similar vibe. Like the music is the same, they're singing the same style, they're trying to match whoever came before them. But Malice Miser, when they got a new singer, the whole sound changed.
Wow.
Like they have one that's like powerful and deep, and they have one that's like high and melodic and going all over the place.
Interesting.
And it's really,
is it two
really
singers?
cool. I think they went through 3 or maybe
Whoa.
even 4.
Wow. That band
And-
must be a toxic work environment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a great video essay. If you just look up like the history of Malice Miser, you'll find it. But it is like, and they are, oh my God, I have to show you because there's like, I don't even know what they're called. I don't even remember what the songs are called. But just look up Malice Miser and listen because the instrumentation blows you right out of the fucking water. And like the drums are crazy and the guitars are crazy.
I thought you were just going to say the instrumentation blows me. I was like, I'm going to listen
You're
to that
like,
right now.
I am there, buddy.
Why are we recording this? Let's
Dude,
go listen.
It sounds like, think of the best anime intro you've heard.
like you know that one.
The JoJo's Bizarre
JoJo.
Adventure. Yeah,
Yeah.
with the saxophone.
Dude, JoJo.
But yeah, and it's like, think of that, but like amp up the gothic feel and amp up the rock. And
Yeah.
that's Malice Miser.
That's
They're
awesome.
so good.
You know, my favorite. I don't know what language it is actually, but it's an Asian dialect, and it's that one song that says it's like get up.
Yes.
That
yes.
one?
I think that's a J-pop song.
ANO, so good.
Yeah,
Ano.
Dude,
like
J-pop
I
and
love
K-pop
that. They're
is
just
amazing.
like the drums are insane. Like how do you even think of that? Like just
Dude, yeah.
all over the place. They're
Like,
insane.
That shit is so crazy. Or what's that song? Stay With Me? Mayona Kanodowa or something? Mm-hmm. Man. I'm going to Japan. I'm so excited,
Dude,
man.
that's gonna be awesome.
Back to the homeland.
Yeah, man.
I'm Japanese for people.
He's Japanese. For people who don't have their camera on.
I'm not just saying the homeland.
Yeah. Well, he's one. Okay, it's
I'm a quarter Japanese, so it's a quarter of my homeland.
realistically you're allowed in one part of Japan, or one quarter of Japan. Okay. Don't walk around and be like, "This is my home." Man.
This is I belong here, man. Walk around like Logan Paul.
Be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go to the forest." Do you remember
not
that?
the forest? Of course, I remember that.
I remember
It's
being a
crazy.
kid and everyone was like, "This is crazy," and I was like, "There's no way it's like for real." And then I
And
remember
then you watched
going.
and you were like, oh.
But the thing is, I think about it sometimes, and I'm like, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but
Okay.
I feel like the reaction was kind of crazy. Like it was a little over the top.
I wholeheartedly disagree.
I will say though, I was a kid,
yeah,
and I shouldn't have seen
Well,
that.
Here's the thing. Like, think about it this way.
I was a kid, and I thought I was an adult, and I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? It's fine. I'm fine. I don't care if there's a dead. But yeah, I could see for kids, no, not
but
good.
not even that. Like the crazy part to me, right, is that forest in Japan is like a famous place, almost like
known
a
for it.
respected place, known for that. And imagine your dad goes into the woods and hangs himself.
Yeah.
And then
I didn't even think about
a white
that.
YouTuber, Logan Paul, comes
puts
around,
it all over the
films
internet.
him, puts his face, his hanging dead body,
They censored his face,
all over the internet. I don't think they did.
I think they, because I watched
even if they did,
but
his
even
dead
then,
hanging corpse,
it is
plastered all over the internet.
You
made
know-
a mockery of. They will go, is that a dead body? Oh my god.
I didn't think about
That's
that.
depressing.
I did not think about
Right?
that.
Like it's
That's
so
crazy.
And especially like Japan is a nation that like the core of the culture in Japan is respect.
Yeah.
And that is
probably
disrespectful. The
disrespectful.
most disrespectful thing that you could do.
Because he can't even talk back. What is he going to come back? What's he going to be like? Hey,
Hey, stop
filming me, asshole.
Stop making fun of me.
Get out of here.
It'd be a very interesting episode
and then
of this vlog if you did say that.
You actually might have changed my mind on that because I didn't think about it like that. Also, when you think about it, what were you looking for when you bring a camera?
They knew what they were doing. Of course they knew what they were doing. Are you kidding me?
That's crazy. Yeah. My biggest concern was for the kids, but yeah, I didn't even think about the guy is just
Oh yeah.
there.
No, that's a human being who had a life, who went through struggles, depression, and ended his life. And they made a mockery of it. Like that's insanity.
Logan Paul, hey.
Let's cancel Logan Paul again.
Logan Paul, you know what? I just want to come out and say, not cool.
Hey, Logan Paul, I don't know if you've heard this before,
I don't know.
what you did, I don't think that was okay.
8 to 10 years ago.
I don't think that was okay.
That was messed up. And we don't like that. And here at Homestyle Dinner Rolls, we condemn those sort of things.
You will never catch us.
You will never catch us filming
Me on my trip to Japan in August. I'm like, hey, whoa.
You're just
I'm wearing this little fucking minion tat or whatever. And I'm like, oh.
You're like, oh, God. Dude.
Check it out. Oh, is that a dead body?
Dude, if all I'm saying is, if you do something cancelable, I'll kick you out of the band, okay?
Okay, yeah.
But if
naturally,
but hey, if it's a planned thing, you tell me I'm gonna do this cancelable thing. Enjoy your illustrious career. you can have like 10% of my earnings.
Dude, thanks, man.
Of course,
I appreciate that. Next time I decide to go and
film
a dead body
and then laugh.
I want to answer this question, Corbin, because it's directed towards me. And it's asking about video games. The title is Video Games?
That's a very you question.
I know. It says in your first episode, Danny said he loved playing Witcher and drinking a beer.
Yeah.
I'm curious, what other type of games do you play? Do you have a favorite style? A lot of cooking sim, I'd guess, making homestyle dinner rolls, eh? And what games do you recommend? P.S. You guys are...
Nice joke.
Oh, hey, listen, have you ever played a good cooking sim?
No, like a VR one.
Have you played Cooking Mama?
No. wait, do cool math games with the burgers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the Papas. Yeah.
Yeah, I was making a mockery of their joke.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Hey, I thought it was funny. All right.
You didn't laugh.
Back off of Corbin. He's asking me about video games.
Corbin,
this is my best
I want to
friend.
make it clear. Danny has this thing where, someone says something nice to him, he's all over. Anyway.
Yeah, it's called friendship, asshole.
There's nothing deeper, okay? It's friendship.
But video games, I love all types of video games. I'd say that my favorite, if I had to pick a few, Baldur's Gate 3, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I love adventure games.
Fallout
Marvel
3.
Rivals. I've been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals. Oh my God.
Fallout 3.
Have you played Fallout 3?
All of it.
Or are you just saying that?
I played all of it.
Did you really?
I loved it.
You play no video games.
I played it. Dude, I used to play FIFA. I used to play Minecraft. I used to play...
That's true.
That's about it.
You used to play GTA 5?
Yeah.
I remember that.
That was so fun. I went through a phase where my friends and me would just get online, play GTA 5. That was fun because this guy, he dropped me... he got into my car, and then all of a sudden we fell through the map. And I started going in the chat, this guy's a hacker, everybody. And then he brings me back up, kicks me out of the car.
Okay.
He gets out of the car and he goes, I'm not a hacker. I'm a modder. And then he drops me $1 million. No, $6 million. $6 million. And then just disappeared. I never saw him again. And so I was like, I'm playing this game every day. I decked out my guy. I got a nice house. I got a freaking private jet.
You got fucking hush money?
Yes. He said, I'm a modder. And my 12-year-old ass was like, oh my God. Oh my God.
You're like, that's the coolest
I was
guy.
like, I'm rich. For real.
That's insane.
Isn't that amazing? That's probably the best interaction I've had with a stranger. And it was online.
Wow, dude.
But he was fucking with my head, man. You don't just no-clip me through the ground. Of course I'm going to scream hacker.
Oh my God. Dude, that studio though, Rocksteady, they also make, do you know Red Dead Redemption 2?
Yeah.
That game, oh my God.
I've heard such good things,
The storytelling and the gameplay in Rockstar games are phenomenal.
Dude.
Phenomenal.
I personally, I like the story games, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I bought Black Ops 2 for the story because online I saw that it's a multiple choice, choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
And you can do all these loopholes.
There's a lot of those. Have you ever played like, there's one called Detroit Become Human or Until Dawn or
The Walking Dead.
It's kind of like those, but it's like those, but amped to fucking, because it's realistic graphics, right?
Yeah.
And it's filmed like a movie.
That's cool.
And you make the choices, and like, there's one Until Dawn, and the same studio made one. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a werewolf game, and you're like a bunch of teenagers
I've seen that.
at a cabin, and like the choices you make depends crazy. Which people die and which people live, and it's so fun.
I would eat that up.
Yeah,
because
that game is so fun.
It's almost like a movie, but because in movies you're like, no, don't go in there, but then you get to you know.
Yeah.
But I loved the Walking Dead games.
Yeah,
like,
the Telltale games.
I loved it, and I watched PewDiePie. Speaking of another figure who's been canceled before, PewDiePie, and he cried at so many parts because he got so connected to the characters.
The writing was just phenomenal.
It was great, and I played it a few times.
You should play those games, man.
Dude, I would love that.
And it's really fun too. There are these things called like quick time events in those games too, where there'll be like a 5-second timer, and you have to make a choice.
Yeah,
and it's like you have to rush, and it's so fun. I highly recommend people to play Until Dawn and whatever the fucking werewolf one is called.
I'm the type of person to like for example, Fallout. I would make a save and then go kill a bunch of people and see what happens.
You're a save scummer,
and then just go back.
That's like, dude, because there's a game called.
That's what they're called.
Baldur's
Save
Gate.
Scummer.
Yeah,
wow.
Save scumming is what it's called. I think that's what it's called.
I'm a save scummer to the max.
Dude, in Baldur's Gate 3, like, since that game is based off of Dungeons and Dragons, it's basically D&D the video game.
Yeah.
And it won a bunch of awards, obviously, Game of the Year, all that, because, like, every little decision you make has an impact on the world and on the characters, how the characters interact with you. You can romance, like, 8 different people and have long, intricate relationships, and you can, like, establish the dynamics of the relationship with them. It's crazy. So, like, when I played that, I refused to save scum. I'm like, that's how I have fun in those games.
That's fair.
I'm like, my decisions make the story, and my mistakes make the story. Then it feels like real. Then it feels like I'm in it, you know?
I think I loved Fallout because I was like, there's main characters, and you could just kill them. Like, their whole storyline is done. It's like, that's it. Which is crazy. Like,
that's insane. You can do that in Baldur's Gate too, man.
That's crazy. Dude, that sounds fun.
Baldur's Gate 3, oh my God. It is like, it's not some people's cup of tea because the combat is Dungeons and Dragons combat. So it's turn-based. Yes.
No way.
It rolls a dice on the screen. But it's like, you choose your spell and you do your turn, then it's the next person's turn, then it's the next person's turn, then it's the next person's turn, right? But it's so fun. Oh my God, it's like the most detailed. I've put maybe like 100 hours into it, and I'm not even like 2/3 of the way done.
Damn.
Because you can just do everything. They have endless side quests and things to explore and people to interact with. I can't recommend it. I mean, this is like old news to anyone who's played a video game.
I don't play video games.
It's so fun, man.
I just don't.
It's so fun. Cyberpunk 2077 is also one of my favorite games of all time.
Didn't that get shit on really badly?
Yeah, well, it's because at launch, it had a bunch of bugs. Like, a lot of shit didn't work, but the writing and the mechanics and the core of the game was really solid. And then about like a year or 2 years later, they fixed everything, and now it's widely regarded as one of like the best games of all time, and everybody loves it.
That reminds me of when PewDiePie, he was playing Minecraft, and it was glitching, And people were commenting like, why is it glitchy? And he goes, I'm sorry, I didn't know a game that is out 10 years now would be glitchy. It's like, you've had 10 years to figure that shit out. I'm like, yeah, true.
Oh my God.
But that's crazy. I mean, I heard you can make your character's penis.
Yeah. Circumcised or uncircumcised.
Really?
Yeah.
Like it gets down to that. I would try... I'm going to shut up because I was going to.
No, please. We're an open book on this podcast.
Yeah, well,
hey, no pressure, but whatever you say is going to be on the internet forever for anybody to look at, and we will clip it.
I was going to say I would pick one of those options because I'm not one of those options. wait, no, that makes it sound.
And you can choose size.
I'm circumcised. I'd like to make that clear right now, okay? And
you can choose size too. You can have a big dick or a small dick.
Dude, that I would have the biggest swinging thing in that game. I want to make it clear. I thought about it for a long time.
So
for the longest time, I thought, dude, if you're uncircumcised, that's gross. That's weird. But then I thought about it and I went, wait, I was performed some surgery or something at birth. They did that to me at birth without my permission. and I'm
the funniest thing is like, why do we do it?
It doesn't make any sense. It's counterintuitive.
It's just like, because there's obviously I get that, like, for a lot of people it's a religious thing, but there's so many people that are like, I don't know.
They're like, just cut that shit.
Sure.
Dude.
I'll do that just cause. I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead, ruin his life. Dude, you take away the gliding motion, okay? I looked it up.
Oh, God.
But no, seriously.
Back to Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Dude, that game also has like 8 different endings.
Seriously.
Based on what you choose. That's another game where all your choices matter.
You ever play Watch Dogs?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I loved Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs is awesome. Dude. I haven't played the newest one because it doesn't look as good, but Watch Dogs 2, do you play that one?
Yeah, no.
It's better. Oh, it's so much better.
I loved the first one. The second one, I was like, I can't. The first one, I've done so much.
The first one's a lot darker because it's like, oh, my kid, you know.
Yeah.
But the second one's a lot more fun because you're like a cool hacker.
You're like, I'm
a cool hacker. I'm like a punk hacker guy.
Yeah, that's cool. Dude, have you ever seen, what's that movie where they killed the dog?
John Wick.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
Oh, it's great.
Dude, I gotta watch it.
Dude, it's so... You haven't seen John Wick? No, dude, it's so fucking good. It's so fucking good.
There's so many movies I haven't seen.
I know, man.
Every time I talk to you, you're like, you haven't seen
John Wick is amazing because Keanu Reeves learned how to handle a gun for the role. It's to the point where, like...
Alec Baldwin could take a note.
Oh, good. But anyway, every time you hear a shot in the movie, it counts it, and he reloads after exactly like the amount of shots.
Like
that he shoots.
7.
So it's very accurate.
Because it's about 7, right?
I don't know. You think I know guns?
I don't know.
I'm a bassist. But like my dad, the colonel, I was watching it with him, and he was like, "That's how you reload a gun."
Wow.
He was like, "Most movies don't get that right.
Yeah.
But that's how you would reload a gun."
And also, I might add, in most movies, the actor doesn't shoot someone. That's not funny. Come on, man.
Very depressed. That's a very sad and traumatic moment.
The thing that's sad about that is like it's obviously no one meant for that to happen. No one sat there and went, "Yeah,
I'm going to put real bullets in the gun."
No one meant for that to happen, and it's so sad because it was an accident. But it's like under the rule of law, it's like, you have to go to jail. Yeah. I mean, it was an accident, but you're going to jail. Someone died.
I mean, it's just crazy because that's the second time that's happened.
It is.
Because have you heard about Brandon Lee?
No, actually.
You know The Crow, that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, that I dressed up for at Comic-Con. So the main actor, Brandon Lee, they were shooting. There's a scene in the movie where, because basically the storyline of The Crow is, it's this guy and his girlfriend and they're in love or whatever, and then they get robbed and they kill the girlfriend and then they kill him and he's like, "Oh, I'm so mad," and he comes back from the dead and he gets revenge, right? That's the baseline story. I also met the creator of The Crow at Comic-Con and he was the nicest guy. Anyway, but they were filming a shot because they shoot him in the back and there were real bullets in the gun when they were filming the scene where they shoot the guy in the back and they killed him.
Wait, the main actor?
The main actor.
Really?
And it was the last scene they shot.
Fuck.
The last scene they shot of the whole movie.
Great timing. It's not funny.
At least they didn't film it first. Yeah. But like, so The Crow.
Can you imagine? Like, hey, one more.
It came out after he died.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it came out after he died.
That makes me
and
really
want to
watch it.
Last project, and that's why like it is such an amazing performance too. And it's Bruce Lee's son.
Wow,
It's Bruce Lee's son. Yeah. And he had like such a vision for the movie and such a vision for his career moving forward after The Crow.
My heart, man, I feel so bad. Like,
and it's people say The Crow is cursed because it's based off a comic book, and the writer of the comic book, whose name escapes me, even though I just said I met him and he was the nicest guy, but the reason he wrote it is because his girlfriend died in a car accident.
Wow. So, dude, we were talking about it's trauma, you know. He
vented all that trauma into
it.
this storyline that is such a beautiful depiction of, because it's a story of grief, and it's almost like a fantasy of what he wishes he could have done to make it right.
Damn, dude.
So it's a beautiful story.
We were talking about comedians, and because we were watching what's her last name?
Taylor Tomlinson.
And I sat back and I went, oh my God, she's perfectly trauma dumping,
venting trauma,
but it's I had to sit back and go, oh my God, this is just technically trauma dumping.
Because when you're watching the stand-up, you're like, this is hilarious. So funny, but then you step back and she's saying like,
she did a great
job. I have
relationship
problems because of my upbringing gave me trust issues.
Exactly, and that's not funny. I
don't want to laugh at that,
but
Taylor.
But she made it laughable, which is a beautiful thing. We watched Bill Burr, same thing.
We were like, he talked about his anger issues.
Yeah,
and I mean, you think about our music,
how his dad was mean to him.
You think about My Chemical Romance. That was him venting how horrible it was watching 9/11 happen.
Yeah.
The Crow is him venting about the grief of his dead girlfriend.
And you just gotta let it out, man. You gotta let it out, however you are.
So beautiful.
Yeah. You know, it took me so long to get art in general when I was younger. You remember when I was like 16, 17? I was just like, I like rock.
I like rock. Slash is so fucking cool.
He's so fucking... I'm still like that. Don't get me wrong. It's cool to have a cool motherfucker around, but like...
It's important, yeah.
But I think the best stuff is stuff that moves you, and it moves you for a reason.
You should watch The Crow.
It's because
such a beautiful movie.
I would love to watch it.
It's a beautiful movie.
Especially because...
They did a reboot this year, and it's so fucking bad.
Oh,
they
shit on it.
They shit all over.
You're like, why don't they shoot that guy?
But like they because he's like covered in like white face paint. Like she looks super goth, right?
Yeah.
And in the new movie, he's covered in like tattoos.
Oh, come on.
And it's like, I don't know, man.
What are you, Marilyn Manson?
It's just like the writing, apparently, it's a romance story, right? Mm-hmm. It's about his love and his grief. And apparently they had like no chemistry. And there's way too many scenes of the main characters like with each other and their love. And it's like, yeah, we get that it's a love story. But this is a revenge movie, an action movie.
Damn.
And apparently there was one great action scene and the rest of it is just garbage. And it's like, why, of all the movies to do a cash grab of, why
that one?
Why
such a
Why
good,
do you have to take
deep
The Crow
one?
away from us?
No. Don't look at it as that. Look at it as someone tried making money off of it and it didn't work, you know?
You motherfucker. That makes me feel so much better.
Because they tried.
They tried making money off the legacy
of something deep
of something that people
important.
love and care about and connect to.
But
and
it didn't
everyone
work.
saw right through it.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
Dude.
I like that perspective, man.
Because it's true. And I clicked on this because this question, the title is "Please respond to me, please," with a ton of frowny faces. So
but
Max,
wouldn't it be funnier? Wouldn't it be funnier if we read the question? If we read that, the "Please respond to me," and just read a different question.
I'm so tempted, dude.
Because, like, can you imagine how devastating that is? It's like you write in, you hope that we'll see it.
There are some good questions, though.
We see the question, and we see who wrote it.
And we just
and then we just shame them.
We answer them and just cut it out.
No, let's read the question.
Okay. Well, Max, you asked some really good questions. That's the only reason I'm not going with that bit, because that would be so funny. Like, genuinely, that's the only thing stopping me. Hello, in all caps. Hello, Jake and Danny. My name is Max. I have multiple questions, so feel free to ask one or all of them. What is the coolest fan interaction you've had? I love fan interactions, period. What's crazy? Probably Bowling for Soup.
Yeah.
When we went to Bowling for Soup and people stopped us for pictures, and I was like, "What's happening?"
That was nuts. Yeah,
that felt crazy.
We weren't in show mode. We were doing
just
a show,
like hanging out.
We were just going to a concert.
Yeah, and
it was really cool.
It was so fun, and everyone was so nice, you know. Mm-hmm. But every fan interaction, really, like if you see us in public, just be like, "Hi, what's up?"
Yeah, we'd love to talk to you.
It's easy as that. But yeah, I know that's a dumb answer, but everyone for me and Bowling for Soup.
Man, I think probably like there's a few that are really incredible. I remember when Connor drove 8 hours to see us. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, the sixth Wisconsin.
Yeah, Connor from Wisconsin.
No.
Right?
The other girls from Wisconsin.
Minnesota.
Sorry,
Like,
they're the same shit in my
once
head.
people started driving out, that was really incredible. But I think
16 hours.
I have two favorite fan interactions. One of them, and both of these, like, it's just surreal that this happened. But one of them would be, we have a song called Honey Almond Blues, and it's about like getting off of drugs. Because we would smoke weed every day. It was terrible. We've talked about it before in the podcast.
Like Snoop Dogg.
And so it was kind of like me saying, my life is terrible because of these choices, and I want to stop, and I want to get better. And so we talk about that on stage, and a guy came up to me after one of our shows, and he said, I worked in a rehab facility for like 5 years, and I just wanted to thank you for having a message about that, because that's really that's really powerful, and people need to hear that. And I just gave him a hug, and I was like,
wow,
thank you for connecting with that. And it's like, another one is, this was like a couple months after Honey Almond Blues came out, but like this, what I'm about to say, this story, like, even if this is as big as our band ever gets, to me, we've made it. To me,
100%.
we're as successful as I ever care about being, because this girl posted a video, and there's a lyric in our song that is, I've lived my life afraid to die, but now I think that's wrong. And that's about saying I wanted to kill myself, but I don't anymore. And this girl, she posted and said,
not afraid to die.
Not afraid to die.
Okay, I was like, wait, what?
And she said, I didn't think I would make it to my 18th birthday, and I'm celebrating my 19th next month. And was just singing along to this song. And I was like,
I love that.
The most beautiful thing I've ever seen. She connected to our music and our story, and is championing it, is singing the lyrics along, saying like, I'm happy and I'm living life to its fullest, and I'm alive and I'm proud of it, and I'm happy to be alive. And that is so beautiful. I love that. That is all. I don't care if we bomb and no one ever listens to our songs again. Like, we connected with people.
Yeah,
so
even
beautiful.
just that one person.
Even just that one person. Even with that guy who worked at the rehab facility. Yeah. Even Connor from Minnesota or Wisconsin. He's from Wisconsin.
No, I thought he was from Montana.
I don't know. Guys, think I have awareness of what states are?
No, but seriously, thank you.
Thank you
so
you for
much.
listening to our music.
Thank you
and
so
connecting with
much.
Us. Oh my God, it's beautiful.
We watched the Here Comes the Boom guy talking.
Hey, put some respect on Big Boom AJ.
Oh, sorry, Big Boom AJ. Danny showed me a video, because he's like, this is actually, he has a point, and it was be more appreciative and less expectative.
Replace expectation with appreciation, and you'll be happy forever.
Yep, because if we're being honest, like, sometimes we'll post a video and we think it's going to be like the next big thing, and it's not. But it's because we should be happy people even care, people even follow.
Yeah.
Like, what, like, if, and I have to get in that mindset, because like when I post like just a cover, for example, I know those videos just historically tend to do a little worse, and that's fine, because I tell myself people care enough to have this even show up on their phone. Yeah. Like, that's insane. That's all I could ever ask for. Like, thank you.
And he says
thank you.
Big Boom AJ says that in the video. He says, don't expect anybody to watch your video, but appreciate everyone who does.
Guys, thank you.
And that's like, dude, he brings the boom.
He does bring the boom.
That's what he do.
He brings
the boom to you.
Dude, he does.
With double chunk chocolate cookies and chicken bakes.
Dude, he brought it to me with that piece of advice. Heavenly boom.
Boom.
Heavenly boom. Well, Max, I'm going to get to more of your questions, because you asked some seriously good questions. Why isn't Connor in any of the content? We miss Connor. Now let me clarify.
Next question.
What are your thoughts on the Homestyle Dinner Rolls bromance edits? They're funny. They're cool. You know,
I'm totally not deeply in love with you secretly.
Yeah, I don't know why you would go out of your way to make that point. But what I was saying is,
yes, it's so crazy how people make those edits.
Yeah. No, thank you guys for making the edits. Again, thank you for caring. Why are you acting so weird, man?
We love those edits. Are you kidding me? That's so fun. Make us more edits.
You almost broke me, dude. We almost kissed on camera. Man,
I know.
We can't let people know.
Can you imagine how feral the people would go?
Yeah,
if
we just started
secret love.
Yeah, if they knew that we made out sometimes.
If they knew that we just kissed with tongue as soon as we
Yeah, man. Dude, that would suck if they found out. I'm glad that the microphones are off right now.
I'm so glad that we're cutting this, right?
Yeah,
we're
going to cut this.
They're not going to know that we kiss and we hold each other.
No.
Good.
Dude, I hold you, okay?
I know, and I appreciate it.
Of course.
And I need it.
Danny,
so thank you.
Danny, I love you.
I love you.
I love you,
I'm going to kiss you with tongue once this is over.
Okay. Well, that's the plan.
It's a very important distinction because just kissing normally...
It's not the same. You don't just kiss.
You got to slip a little
kiss with tongue. Which Spider-Man is the best?
Miles Morales.
They said Andrew Garfield.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like character, which iteration of Spider-Man.
Oh no,
but I think they were talking actor.
And here's the thing, if I'm being honest, I truly don't have an opinion, but I say this because it doesn't make people happy. Toby, is that his name?
Makes everybody happy.
Is he the first one?
Oh yeah.
No, every time I bring it up, they go, really? Just like that.
I feel like everyone loves Toby.
My opinion on Tobey Maguire was shifted a little because I watched some YouTube videos of him online, and it was him just being pissed off at the paparazzi.
He hates him. Oh, dude, he hates him.
It's a weird balance because I see the argument of you signed up for this. This is what you wanted. You wanted the cameras. You wanted the attention. But I also see the argument of mind your fucking why are people's livelihoods?
They're people.
Why are people's livelihoods to go take pictures? It's a sad world we live in when that is the reality. It's like I want to become a professional celebrity photographer, so I'm going to have to start as someone who harasses celebrities.
And I mean, it reminds me of, you remember all the shit that Chapel Roan got?
Oh yeah.
And it's like people were like stalking her family. And everyone's like, you're overreacting. And it's like, Chapel Roan wasn't born into fame, wasn't born into wealth. This is a normal person that you are harassing. I think celebrities should be able to go get a drink somewhere, should be able to go to the movies. But it's like people have such a parasocial relationship with celebrities that in their head, they're like,
it's okay.
I know you. You're Chapel Roan. I deserve to talk to you. We're friends. But to Chapel Roan, you are a stranger harassing her, which is just with her family.
It's true.
There's a difference. It's a respect thing. It's a level. If you go up to a famous person in the street and say, "Hey, I love your work. Can I get a picture? Can I chat for a second?" That's great. But if you go up and say, "Take a picture with me," and they go, "No,"
or just walk up and do it.
You go, "Take a picture with me."
Yeah,
that's
different.
That's fucked up.
It's so weird. But the thing is, another argument. I'm like, you can't control people.
No.
You can't control people at all. So I do see when some people say this is what you wanted, right? But at the same time, it's like, no, this is not what I wanted. I didn't want to get harassed on the street. I wanted people to hear my music and my message.
I want to make art.
And
I wanted to be Spider-Man.
Exactly. Because at one point I thought I want this band to be the biggest thing in the world.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I don't want it to be a small thing. My vision is not a small thing, but right where we are now, I love it. I'd like it to keep going, but it's just that's how I think. I'd like to manifest it bigger.
Yeah.
But how big is too big? You know.
I'll tell you what I think of is I would love if the biggest our band got and we're biggest that our band stayed is Pierce the Veil level, right? Because you think Pierce the Veil is an iconic pillar of modern alternative music, but I doubt Vic Fuentes. He's a celebrity. People love him. People talk to him. I doubt he gets harassed the way that Chapel Roan does. Because they're not Slash and Axl Rose, right? Where it's like, if you saw Vic Fuentes walking down the street, some people would be like, that's Vic Fuentes.
Yeah.
But like, if Slash goes down the street, if Axl goes down the street, if fucking John Bon Jovi, you get swarmed, right? I would love it if that's. But even then, like, I don't know. It's
very
tough.
popular.
It's like I can't. When I think about like where I want to be, and as far as that goes, like I'm also kind of a socially awkward person. So sometimes when people like recognize me and come up to me, I'm like,
you're like, what do I do?
I'm like, I thought, because I've always like, like I think I've told you about before, like I go to the gym and it's like, I'm so like lasered in, and my whole life I've been very like the world is right here.
One thing.
I don't talk to people. Like if I don't like, I know you will just say hi to anybody in regular conversation. I do not talk.
I love it, man.
I'm very headphones in. So it's a little disorienting, but also like there's nothing I love more than meeting someone who I've made laugh on the internet, who I've made, rock out to a song. So I don't know. I genuinely don't know where I want to be or what I'll be okay with.
Because I think the trick you have to do with your mind is realize that there's no, like, you're going to put some sort of pressure to perform in front of this person.
There's a switch.
Obviously be nice. But I think the more we go on, we're going to realize you don't have to perform. The only performance is if you're in a shitty mood and you have to be nice, Yeah. But even then, it could be like, hey, I don't want to, It's a very weird balance.
But like, it's crazy. People switch when they know who you are.
It's true.
People switch. Like I was, before I met my partner, I was on Tinder. And I matched with a girl.
I thought about this the other day.
I matched with a girl on Tinder.
Fuck you, by the way.
I don't know if I should tell this story.
No, do it.
No, I'm telling you. And she was like super, like, people on dating apps, sometimes she was like cold, one-word responses, didn't seem super interested. And then she went, you're the guy from those band videos.
Oh my god.
Super talkative, super like, and I was like, oh my god. Like, you're not interested in me.
You're interested
for who I am.
Yes.
You're interested in me because I'm Danny from Homestyle Dinner Rolls, not because I'm Danny Kawhi, the awkward, nerdy guy who talks about Dungeons and Dragons and comic books all the time. You know what I mean?
It's very sad.
Yeah.
That story specifically.
It gives you kind of like imposter syndrome almost, because it's like when you're talking to somebody. And you know that like they already have a perception of who you are that isn't based on your interactions with them, but they already have an idea of who you are in their head, and so they're interacting with you as if you are who they think you are.
Yeah,
it makes you think, who am I? I don't know. It's a mind fuck. It's kind of like Chaperone. Like we're not celebrities.
Yeah,
we're not.
No, definitely not.
We're two like
and
curly haired Joes.
Maybe we've overthought it. Maybe. But I think like, I don't know, it's good to examine the way people act when they know you and where they know you from. When I'm in a good mood, like when I'm out in public in my zone, like Friday nights when I'm at open mic and I'm hanging out, like I can talk to everyone no matter if they know me or not. Yeah. And I will talk to everyone no matter if they know me or not in the same fashion, But it's the days where I'm like in a bad mood, and I have this anxiety. I'm like, sometimes I think, because in certain areas we go to places where they recognize us a little more, I feel
concerts.
Yeah, concerts and stuff like that. And sometimes just once in a while I'll be like, man, if I get noticed, like I'm going to be so awkward, like I get anxious, but I'm always happy that they do.
I mean, there's nothing more beautiful than meeting someone who has enjoyed your content.
Exactly. It also gives me a test of like, okay, like you feel awkward, but like you got to be thankful for what you have. Like this awkwardness, this mood you're in can't overshadow the fact that someone was nice enough to walk up to you and go, hey, like.
And someone cared enough. You had enough of an impact on somebody's day-to-day life that they saw you and they felt, I want to go say hi because that person has made me smile before.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing.
Right?
And the more like
I think about it. It'll take getting used to. And
of course.
We'll get used to it more.
But the more I think about it, it all comes back to I'm thankful for it. Like, I really am. Like, I'd much rather have it be how it is now than before, or, you know.
Totally.
So
if you see us walking down the street, come say hi.
Seriously, say hi.
Come tell us your favorite song, your favorite video, what made you laugh.
It doesn't matter the mood that we're in or anything like that. We just want to talk. Yeah. It's totally fine.
Because, I mean, like, I think the problem that a lot of celebrities face is they stop treating you like people. Like, with Chaperone, they stopped treating her like a human being, and they treat her like a character, like a mascot almost. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's like, no one has ever done that to us. People treat us like people. Yeah. And it's beautiful.
There's no one's coming up and filming us and going, oh my gosh, blah, 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 blah. You know, like people are very respectful and pleasant. And that's probably just a thing because if you think about it, pop music is for everyone. That's the purpose, is to get it into as many ears as possible.
That's true, yeah.
So all sorts of people, but
our demographic are really cool.
They're respectful, they're cool. Yeah. You know?
That's true.
Lots of goth people also.
Yeah, a lot of goth people. And I love it, man. I love it. Goth music, goth culture.
I just wouldn't have expected it. Genuinely. Like I didn't know our music would relate with goth people, but hey, goth people, love you.
I do. Like, goth music and goth culture, there's such a romance aspect of it. You know what I mean? Because, like, you think of goth and you think, oh, you're so depressed. But a lot of goth music, like, The Cure is one of the biggest, like, goth bands of all time. And a lot of the music is about how, like, we're all going to die and life is terrible, so let's die together. Mm-hmm. And I love you. There's a song called Pictures of You by The Cure. And when I first listened to it, I thought, like, this is a breakup song. Yeah. And it's super sad. And it's talk about him looking through these pictures of a girl and wishing he had more time. But he and his wife had been married. They had met when they were like 15. And they've been together their entire lives. And it's about him looking through old pictures from when they were friends, but before they were dating, and thinking, I wish that I, like, expressed my feelings sooner, because look at all this time that I could have been with you. And our time is limited, and I wish we had more of it together. And, like, that's so beautiful. That's beautiful. It's sad, and it's beautiful.
He conveys the emotion well.
Right? Or, like, Vision Video, there's a song called Beautiful Day to Die about how, like, we're all going to die. Yeah. And that's what makes every moment beautiful. And that's why I love goth music so much. There's so many themes like that.
And I was thinking when you were talking about that first song you were talking about, that is also just part of life, though. Like, sometimes, you know, you look back, you'll have some regrets and stuff like that. And I've thought about kind of regret a lot lately. I don't have regret, but I don't want to die with it. But I think currently, just the way things are going, like, I'm doing what I want. You know, that's how you don't die with regret. How you die with regret is to do what you're told your whole life and not think for yourself, you know? Yeah. And some people, like, they're fine to just, like, work a 9 to 5. There's no shame in that if that's what you want to do. But if you think you're meant for something bigger than just, like, an ordinary life,
even something not else, even necessarily bigger, something
else. That's a good word. Right? Go for it. Don't, because if you think about it, hippies are some of the happiest people alive. Yeah. Like, they're mad at the government, but that's warranted. Yeah. But, like, people without phones, like, I look back at the 1990s and I'm like, 80s, 70s, I'm like, those kids, those teenagers had such a good time, you know, off their phones.
Dude, whenever I think about this, I think about teachers a lot. Because these are people, like, smart, intelligent people with college degrees that are accepting a low-paying job for their entire lives because they love to teach.
Because they love it.
And that's so beautiful. That is like one of the most beautiful professions you could have. Because you're like, I want to inform kids and lead them on the paths and help them discover who they are and what they enjoy and what subjects they like and what interests them. And they take shitty pay for it.
They should get paid.
They should get paid leagues more.
Way more.
But dude, it's like, if you want to be a teacher, you will be so happy and fulfilled in teaching those kids.
Exactly. Do what you want to do.
That really is how you live your life without regret, because it's hard not to hold on to regret. But you got to stop looking in the past because you can't change it. You got to look at the now. You got to look, what's something that I can do today that will better me, better my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
You can tell when a teacher like gives a fuck.
Oh, you know? Dude, teachers who care.
Like you feel like loved in a certain way, because it's like, obviously we don't love each other. That's weird. But you care enough about me. You show care enough about me. So like more than like lots of kids' parents, you know?
Oh, yeah.
They care that this kid is educated, that they have like good nuanced opinions.
No, it's like
everything.
having a person of authority believe in you at such a like crucial age. I had a teacher, Mrs. Wilson. Do you remember Mrs. Wilson in high school?
I don't think I had. Wait.
Miss Wilson? She taught AP history and world religions.
Oh, AP?
And that was,
okay, you lost me at AP.
You dumb piece of shit. Hey, dumbass, I bet you didn't have her, you dumb.
U.S. history at all?
I don't know. I'm not sure. But she was like a pillar of who I am is from the experiences that I had in that class, because she cared and she connected with her students. And I learned so much about the world, about all those different religions and their teachings. You know what I'm talking about? And like, it's so, a teacher who cares, that connects with a student, you can change people's lives.
It's beautiful.
That's so beautiful, man.
It's beautiful. Is Miss Wilson the one that would wear the face shield during COVID?
I don't. I didn't go to school during COVID. I did online.
Damn. Because I had a history teacher that, like, looking back, she was so cool, because no matter what opinion a person in the class had, and we would talk about heated shit.
Yeah.
She would listen.
I love that.
I could kind of sense she might have had an opinion before, but she never let it come through. She would always listen and encourage people to express their opinions, talk to each other, because we don't do that enough. We just get mad, you know?
Yeah.
Someone disagrees, we're like, you're wrong, you're an idiot. It's like, no. Like, why do you think that? Ask that.
Dude,
why?
Every time I've run into someone with polar opposite views than me, if I just face it with compassion and like, let's talk about it. We always get on the same page. We always get on the same page.
At the end of the day.
About every issues. I consider myself a pretty left person, and I've talked to the most fucking right-wing
Republican
Trump supporter. Talked about like trans issues and abortion issues. And we land on the same page. And we land on the same page.
Because
they're like, well, I still believe that they're people and I want them to be happy and they don't impact me in any way. And I'm like, there it is.
Boom.
I'm like, there it is. But you're fed with the media. You're fed the points that they want you to get angry about.
They want to divide us.
They want us to fight over stupid shit.
Because at the end of the day, we're all people, and we're all humans that live relatively. Even like people have a rich uncle, you know. Let's say, even that rich uncle is still considered way low compared to the upper class. You know, the people who genuinely like control everything and want us to hate each other.
And they're sitting back in their chairs, petting a cat and laughing as we tear each other apart.
Exactly, because the plan's working.
Issues.
The plan is
over
working.
Social issues.
Exactly. It's top versus bottom, and I'm not talking sexually, but they are fucking us. It is. It's rich versus poor. It's not. There was an opinion article, I think in the New York Times or something, and they said the craziest thing. They said, "Come on, guys, let's not turn this culture war into a class war." And it's like
it's always been a class war. You
that is the most obvious piece of rhetoric of like, guys, don't come after the rich people. Yeah. Like, this is not their fault.
Don't you hate trans people, right?
Let's come on, go at each other.
Double down on that.
When I heard about that, I was like, I can't believe. Like,
no, it's rich versus poor. It always has been. They want to fuel us with social issues so that we tear each other apart.
Exactly.
So they can keep us poor forever.
At the end of the day, we agree, like you said, on everything, basically.
Everything.
If not, it's okay. It's stuff that us poor folk, in comparison to the rich folk, can work through and talk through. But the rich people want us to go, no, fuck you. Like, kill each other.
Well, it's because a lot of people on the left and on the right, they internalize what the fear mongering that the media tells them. So like
They keep it.
People on the left think that, people on the right who are pro-life, they are fully against all abortion.
Yeah.
And they are like, they want to take away the rights. And sometimes like I've talked to people on the right and they're like, well, I mean, I guess it's okay if you get it early on. I'm against like late-term abortion, but the right-wing media tells them that everyone on the left
wants you to kill living babies that are out of the womb. They say that.
And they feed that to the people
Not
on the right.
once has that been true.
Internalize it and they go, all abortion is murder forever.
Exactly.
Which takes away the women's rights. And then the people on the left go, oh, you want to take away women's rights. When really, those people have just internalized the fear-mongering and you've internalized the fear-mongering. And it's ridiculous.
Exactly.
And if everyone just faced each other with compassion and respect, like...
There
would be none of these issues.
They wanted TikTok
but they want
gone,
us to fight.
man, because the algorithm still for us, like when we go through, it's like the government is evil, like this, that. And I remember I was like, that's kind of what drew me to TikTok, because there were some YouTubers that were saying that sort of stuff. And I was like, I like that. And then TikTok,
it's not filtered by US propaganda.
No, everyone in my like tax bracket, is saying that, because they hate the fact that we communicated, hey, like my groceries went up. Yours did too? Mm-hmm. Oh, my brother's rights are getting taken away. Oh, yours too? Oh my God, this is crazy. Well, abortion and all this stuff. It's like, oh my God, they hate that, They hate it so much.
But even TikTok isn't safe from propaganda now.
Oh, no.
They were like, President Trump saved us. It's like, shut the
President Trump wanted you gone in 2020.
He signed the executive order
to get you gone. Or was it, what year? Was it 2020?
2020, yeah.
That's crazy. That is
so
the most...
funny, man.
Because politicians are completely performative, but I think we're now intelligent enough, especially because of TikTok. Maybe the word is aware enough, that it's like, oh no, that was bullshit. like that was a performance to the max, and it was a great performance because it gives freaking the MAGA Trumpies like supporters going, yeah, and it's like, it's like, look, man, we made this point. It was like, if it didn't work out, and it still might not work out, the unbanning of TikTok, he gets to say, well, I tried.
Yeah, he does.
So it's a win-win. And I'm not harshing him for that. I'm like, yes, like politician, do what you want. I expect nothing. I'm not saying this is like, whoa, like how could you do this? I expect this from any politician, but it's like, God, how are people falling for it? Genuinely. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Class consciousness, is that a word?
I'm not sure.
I made it up, but I think it means that we all are like us, the middle class, lower class. Everyone's like, wait. We're becoming alive.
Wait, hold on.
And
we're all one team.
I think they realize
we're not two different teams. We're one team.
I think they realized if they took TikTok away, like it would be
people
over.
unified. People were unified.
The government would be over.
And another thing that's kind of beautiful that's happening right now, people on the left and on the right are unifying over Elon Musk doing the salute. They're like, no, that wasn't an accident. I've seen people on all sides of the spectrum come together and be like okay,
oh,
fuck
come
you.
on. Yeah, like
you know what you were doing.
I was telling Danny, I was like, I thought the first time I saw it, I thought I would give him the benefit of the doubt because he didn't completely like do a full, to me, like he had an open hand, at least on his chest. But then he turned around and dialed it. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I don't know. But it's crazy because it's one of those things where it happens. And this happens on all political spectrums. I don't know if it's happened with a politician hiling Hitler.
On live television.
And that's so weird to call Elon Musk. He's a politician now.
Yeah. He's the head of
Doge.
He is a billionaire.
Yeah.
With a high-ranking place in the government. How's everyone not terrified?
I don't know. I'm scared of politicians, period. They have too much power, period. But
then
money power.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
I'd be scared. And I want to make it clear. I'd be scared if there was a Democrat that had this much money and power.
Too, pal.
Like, no one, this benefits no one, you know?
Aaron asks, would y'all ever consider doing a Utah show?
I remember what I was going to say. We saw it in front of our face.
Yes.
And they're saying, no, it didn't happen.
There are people being like, that didn't happen. You didn't see what you thought you saw.
We've seen this before several times where like things will be clipped and they'll be like, oh, that was taken out of context. And it's not. Like so many times shit has happened like that on both sides. but again, never with a Nazi salute.
They are flaunting the fact that they can get away with anything.
Yep, that was crazy.
They are flaunting it, and as clear as day, and they're telling you
people clapped when he did.
Yeah, and they're like,
everyone,
you didn't see that, and it's like, no, we fucking saw it.
Yeah,
but I don't think people. Something will happen.
Didn't you read the last question?
Maybe.
Give me the phone.
What if I want to read this one?
Okay, no.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you can read it, but would y'all consider doing a Utah show if it was outside of Salt Lake City? I thought you were messing with us. I'm like an hour drive north of Salt Lake, and I was wondering what my odds are. Listen, man, you gotta drive an hour. I'm sorry, or somehow hitch a ride an hour. Don't hitchhike or anything. But to me, I live an hour from Salt Lake as well. So does Danny, and it's something you have to do. Like if you want to see a big band, you just we play Provo, we play Salt Lake. I would definitely accept some shows in other places in Utah, but tell me where else are
Bountiful.
But
Salt Lake is gonna have the best.
The most people who care are in Salt Lake and Provo.
Yeah,
I'm not going to freaking.
But we'd love to see you at a show.
Yo, please, let us know.
How about one more question?
Okay.
What do you say?
Let's get a good freaking question in here. Yeah, I said freaking, dude, on the podcast. Are we gonna have to censor that?
Okay. Usually we get them at random, but I'm just gonna look.
Danny, I was trying to do a bit and you didn't really.
I wasn't listening. That's why.
Okay. Is that a thing with ADHD? Like the hyperfocus? It's like that's it. Like,
yes, hyperfixation.
Hyperfixation. I like calling it hyperfocus. That sounds cooler.
That sounds cooler. That sounds less like it's a problem you have.
Yeah. No, I have hyperfocus. It's a superpower.
It's like a superpower. It's less of like you're fixating on something.
I think ADHD is a superpower. Genuinely.
Kind of. Like I don't think we could, because we both have pretty like intense ADHD.
Yeah.
I don't think we could have done the band.
Yeah.
Or the content or the podcast.
Not this long. Because
not this long, yeah, probably.
The thing is, under that fixation, you gotta realize, that hyperfocus, you gotta realize that there's a big layer of care. I care so much about the band that I will post 3 TikToks a day, 4, I don't care. I will do this, I will do that, I will hand package the merch. By the way, thank you all for buying the merch. That's awesome of you. We are going to restock soon. As it sits now while we're recording, there are some shirts left. So if you want to check them out, homestyledinnerlist.com.
I've got it. This is our last question. This comes from Maddie Howard. Hi, Maddie Howard.
Hi, Maddie.
They say, would you rather poop a pineapple or pee a grape?
Oh.
You instinctually covered
I covered my dick. No, genuinely, because...
Pee a grape. Oh, obviously pee a grape. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but, I mean, you've seen...
What? I've seen what? What are you about to talk? I mean, think about it. Like, a kidney stone is terrible. But pineapples have spikes, man.
Yeah.
And like, the outer lining of a pineapple also, like, they're acidic. There's toxins.
I'm upset with this question. I'm mad. Why would you ask this question?
I thought it would be fun.
No.
But pee a grape is clearly
No, I'm asking Maddie. Why she would... This...
Well, obviously, Maddie is in a situation where they have to choose.
Maddie's like, no, please, quick, answer. This is really bad.
Jake, Danny, I don't have a lot of time. The doctors, they have a gun to my head.
Am I gonna poo a grape? Sorry, do I poo a pineapple or pee a grape? Let me know fast. Thank you, Maddie.
Please, this is an urgent question.
Maddie, this episode comes out tomorrow. I don't know what to tell you. Maddie's probably pooping a pineapple right now.
Maddie's like, why didn't you respond? Why didn't you just say pee a grape? I could have.
But the thing is, you've seen buttholes. They can.
Yeah, but like
they can stretch, man.
Here's the
That's
thing.
gross.
Think of the top of a pineapple because it goes out.
I don't give a fuck.
All those spikes that'll cut you up.
Have you ever eaten sunflower seeds and just chewed the shell and just pooped it out? If you can survive through that,
I don't think
you can do a pint. You haven't, dude. That's sometimes I exclusively will just be eating the whole sunflower seed. Fiber, it's good for you. Because I don't want to. But then when
it comes out my mouth sometimes when I'm chewing.
Well, imagine that coming through your butthole.
Oh, I don't want to.
I will. You have to choose.
Here's the thing. The more I think about it, peeing out a grape.
That would hurt so fucking bad.
How would you do it? Because like a kidney,
it wouldn't go back. I'm uncomfortable
in a defensive position. Like if you think about it, a kidney stone is widely regarded as like one of the most painful things. Mm-hmm. You know.
Yeah, if you're a bitch.
And that.
I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. That sounds horrible.
This big.
Let me see.
Those are tiny.
Oh God, they're that small.
Oh yeah.
Now imagine 100 times that size. At least 40 times.
But here's the thing.
That's insane.
If you're thinking grapes are soft and malleable,
so you just mush it. You don't get to do that.
Well,
that's cheating.
What?
It's obviously the shape, Danny.
If you're pushing it through with all the force, don't you think it would break down a little?
You think your prostate or whatever the hell? It's not prostate. You think your tube is strong enough to I didn't want to say the word. So that's a dirty word. You shouldn't have said it. That's gross.
Oh, because tube is better. Yeah, like this isn't a graphic enough conversation. I'm sorry. Using the medical term urethra was a step too far. Gross. We're talking about shitting like pineapples the word and pissing grapes right now, and you're worried about me saying urethra.
I am a little worried. The word testicles.
Urethra.
New lyrics to our song. By the way.
How testicles is worse than balls.
Testicles. Yeah, but like. Testes. I was with my mom.
Okay, sorry. Okay. So tell your story. I was just gonna say. I'll say pee hole. Is that better?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, sure.
Penis cavern. I don't know.
Yeah, cavern. Me and my mom, because maturations.
Where is this going?
No. Relax. Me and my mom one time were deciding whether to poop out a pineapple. My mom said, "You're gonna poop this shit out, or you're gonna pee that." Okay, no, we were in maturation, and you remember maturations?
Yeah. It's like sex ed.
Why did your parent have to be there? Well, I don't know, to make sure no one's. Actually, no, it makes sense that the parent would be.
I think it's great that the parent would be there. They're like 10 years old.
I forgot how young we were. Yeah,
you're like 10.
5th grade, 6th grade, but they kept saying testes. And my mom was cracking.
That's a funny shit ever.
And my mom, she's like trying not to laugh, and she whispers in my ear, and she's like, "Don't make me laugh." And I was like, I didn't say anything. And every time I tell this joke, this story, she goes, "No, there were kids up in the front that were kind of laughing. And that's why I was laughing." I'm like, "No, you think the word testes
you were an adult woman."
Exactly, but
laughing it's because it's pretty funny.
It is funny. Would you rather, I guess, okay, let's just assume it's going to permanently damage either end. You'd poop a pineapple for sure, right? Let's be nice and assume the pineapple doesn't cut up your stomach, just the butt. Okay.
Well, here's the thing, because you think about it, and it's like pooping a pineapple and peeing a grape. What organ is more vital? Because if
you poop every day.
You poop every day,
you
but
pee every day.
Colostomy bag is an option.
True.
I don't know about the option for if you
catheter.
Is that what it is?
No, well, I don't know though. No, I don't think so.
But what's a life if you can't jerk off?
Hey, true.
But I guess really. You could.
I'm telling you, if I didn't jerk off, I'd be dead.
I know.
You would too.
No, man. You actually like get in such a bad mood. Sometimes like you'll be like upset. And then you'll like come over. You're like, turns out I just had to jerk off, and I feel good now.
That was before the first podcast.
Yeah, it was.
If you go back, you'll see how cool and slick I was. It's because I jerked off, man.
Self-love is an amazing thing.
Well, I felt I was like, there's some tension. I'm like uncomfortable. Yeah.
But I don't know. That's tough. Like, because just the act of shitting out a spiky.
I hate this question. And I hate her for asking this.
Or, I don't know, man. That's really... I think I'd have to do shit a pineapple.
And I hate that we've spent so long thinking about it.
I genuinely, like, the more I think about it, I was against you.
I know.
I think I'd have to do shit a pineapple.
Because a grape would hurt so bad.
A grape, like, that's too...
Not that a pineapple wouldn't, but damn.
But I feel like I could, like, get that over with quicker.
Yeah,
like, in my mind, I could be like, I got this. Because I could buckle down a little more. I've had painful shits.
Exactly. I was gonna say, there's been bad poops. Like you can poop so much, it's so terrible, but you can't. No one ever goes, "Oh, I gotta pee," and then you're like, "Ow, ow!" Like you're not used to that.
Happen.
It does
a lot
to you.
Oh yeah, I've had that happen before.
What do you? Okay, but I mean, okay, wait, what? Wait, were you jerking off with hand soap?
No, I had a thing called urethritis when I was a kid.
You're kidding.
I'm not.
That's a real thing.
Yeah, it like hurt when
I have urethritis. I need some pills for my urethritis.
They gave me pills, and I remember because
can I get my urethrital pills?
I peed and it was bright orange when I took the pills, and I was like, "This is crazy."
Like Walter White.
No, after I took the pills.
Yeah, but you remember Walter White?
No, did that happen to him too?
Yeah.
Shit.
Walter White.
That show is so
he did
realistic.
chemo and he peed, and it shows him peeing, and it's so dark and gross. Anyway, keep going. About your urethritis?
I don't even remember.
Well, at least you don't have cancer.
I'm thinking about Breaking Bad now.
Walter White had cancer, Danny.
I know he did. I saw the show.
Yeah. Well, wait
God.
Spoilers. Sorry.
What were we talking about before urethritis? Oh, I had a story because we were talking about like how testicles is worse than balls. Mm-hmm. This happened when I was like 10 years old or like 12 or 14 or something. I don't know, but my room growing up had a loft, and there were stairs up to the loft.
I remember.
And I was walking down from the loft, and my foot missed the top step. So if you're watching on the video, here's the step, and my foot came here, and bam! I just fell like right onto. It was a wooden board, and I just fell right on the wooden board.
He got legs
and I couldn't
spread,
move,
testicles
and I
hit.
called my mom, and I was like, I think I broke my balls. And she was like, please use the term testicles. I'm uncomfortable.
You're like, ow!
I was like, my balls.
You're like, my balls. She's like, please say testicles. You're like, yeah, my testicles. I don't know, Mom. They're not okay. And you keep saying, my testicles. Ah, my testicles.
Oh, please, my testicles.
It
hurts so bad.
How does your phone flashlight always end up on?
I don't know.
Like a 40-year-old.
I am kind of a grandpa.
At times, you say some old things sometimes. Not
because I hang out with my grandpa a lot.
You're good at technology. Like, I don't know why that happens, though, specifically. It's that and your fly, you know?
Oh, yeah.
That's just what makes you
That's
know?
just what makes me me. And I say some weird old person vernacular. What was the one that you used to make fun of me of all the time?
Oh, I don't know. You've said so many things.
I've said some out
Do
of
you
pocket
remember
shit.
when you ate food and went...
And I went...
He put his hands and he like pushed towards the plate as if telling the plate,
I was finished.
Go away.
I was finished with my meal, and I enjoyed my meal, and I went like this. I went,
what was that?
And I was done.
And we made fun of you.
I was done with my meal for years. For years.
You're like, like you just said a prayer to the plate or something. I don't know.
I was finished, and I was happy with my meal, and I was satisfied. And so this was me conveying that I was done.
Dude, I bet everyone 35 and up right now listening is going, yeah. I do that all the time. I make a hand gesture when I'm done eating. But everyone, that's about, 20 or younger is going to go, what are you talking about? Or 30 or younger.
Hey, maybe this is starting a thing.
Guys, from now on, when you eat food, just give them
You'll feel good. It's like it's pushing the energy because you're in the meal. You're here, right?
Yeah.
You're in the moment. You're devouring like a gluttonous freak. And then you're finished. And this is you letting go.
And forgetting that you just did that. What did I just do?
Forgetting that shameful act of Kirby-like hunger that you just experienced.
Because it goes...
and then you go like this. It's like a deep exhale. It's like a...
And then
you get to move on with your day, and you feel great. You feel satisfied. You feel like you've completed your task.
Then it's time for you to focus on the poop that will inevitably come in a couple... Depends how long.
That will hopefully not be a pineapple.
Exactly. Or when you pee while you're pooping. God, have you ever heard of someone pooping without peeing? We should look that up.
We are Homestyle Dinnerals, and this has been Too Damn Loud. Thank you for hanging out with us. We love you.
Thank you so much.
Goodbye.
Meow. Meow.
Meow.
Meow.
Is this a thing now?
No. Okay, bye.